Been a pretty depressing week as a Wednesday fan, hasn't it? So, and to be honest, I get sick of reporting bad news. So what I thought I'd do, if you'll humour me, I'd like to tell you a joke. It's an old joke. I first did it 20 odd years ago. Friday night at work, just about to go home, go for a pint. Everyone's a bit giddy, waiting for that bell. And I'll tell it you now. Anyway, starts off, bloke wakes up, goes downstairs, their lass has left him a note on the kitchen table. Don't forget to get our young'un something for the birthday. He thought, oh shit. So he races off out of the house, goes to town. He's looking about, don't know what about teenage lasses. He said, well, what am I going to get? Then he remembers, she wanted a pet rabbit. He thinks, right. So he's looking around for a pet shop. Anyway, he gets to a pet shop, but it's exotic creatures, There's no gerbils or hamsters or rabbits are out in there. He's looking around, it's geckos, lizards, snakes. He thinks, oh, I'm not going to find out in here. And he's looking around, he gets to the back of the shop, there's a cage on the floor. And in the cage there's this dog sleeping. A little sign outside the cage, it says, talking dog, £10. He went, oh. Anyway, he's leaving the shop. And as he's going out, he says to the owner, that your guard dog up back? Bloke went, no. He said, it's for sale, just like all other animals. Bloke said, yeah, but this is like exotic animals, isn't it? He went, that's just a dog. Bloke went, can't you read? It's a talking dog. Bloke went, but there's no such thing as a talking dog, mate. He went, he is. He went, you ain't go and ask him. Bloke went, I'm not asking him. He said, come to you. So the bloke, he has a mooch down the shop, and he's a bit embarrassed, you would be, wouldn't he? He's walking down the shop, he's having a look about, and he gets to the cage, and he sort of had a corner at mouth. Hello. Dog opens one eye, looks at him. All right, pal. Bloke's like, talking dog. Dog went, can't you read? He went, I can't believe it, a talking dog. You had a talking dog. Dog says, that's what it says on the sign. Bloke went, the 10th wonder of the world. He said, what are you doing in here? In a back street pet shop. He says, well, I know he's been in here, have I? He says, no. He said, years ago, I worked for the diplomatic service and I worked for the MI6. Bloke went, what? He said, I worked for the MI6. He said, what do you do? He said, I was a spy. He said, you were a spy? He said, yeah. He said, I was disguised as a guide dog, see. He said, a minister used to go in with glasses on and his stick. He said, and he used to have these meetings with dignitaries from other countries and all networks. He said, and he'd say things, but because he couldn't see, he said they were making other signals, handing stuff across desk, lots of shenanigans going on. He went, so I used to clock it all, get back, write my report. He said, I did that for years. Bloke went, you work for MI6? He went, yeah. He said, then you come here? He went, no, I didn't come here. He said, I lived in LA for a long time. He said, I lived in America. He said, what were you doing in America? He said, well, I was a backing singer for Elvis when he was doing Vegas years. He went, yeah. He said, me and the Big E, like that. He said, of course he died, bloated out in the end, terrible shame. He says, and then I went on my way home. Bloke said, and you come home? He went, no, I didn't come home. He said, I was all set to come back, flying from LAX. He said, and I was just waiting at boarding gate, and he said, I suddenly got a scent. He said, so I went over to one at guards. He went, no, then, pal. He went, there's a case over here. He went, there's 100 kilos of crack in it. Bloke went over, nicked him. He went, anyway, ended up at head of security there for years. He said, oh, good job. He said, seen all famous people in and out, John Collins, Barry Gibb. Oh, yeah. Bloke went, I can't believe this. He went, so you sang with all this, you worked for MI5, then you came here. He went, well, no, I didn't come straight here. He said, I was stunt coordinator on All Creatures Great and Small for a while, Christopher Timothy, Bloke went, I can't believe this. He staggers to the front of the shop. He says to the bloke, he's a talking dog. Bloke went, I know he is, mate. He went, no, he's a talking dog. He went, I know. He says he's a miracle. He went, I know. He went, I'll have to have him. I'll have to have him. He said, how much is he? He went, can't you read sign? He's £10. He said, right. So he's scrabbling for a wallet. He says, I can't believe this. He went, he's a one-of-a-kind talking dog. He said, everything he's done. He said, I've got to ask the question, why is he £10? And the shop owner said, Because he's a fucking lying bastard. I know. You've got to cheer your sons up, haven't you?